Hello there! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, aka Dilemma's Crossing, and welcome back to Pottsfield. Today we are going to be decorating the area around Nook's Cranny, so let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, I've done a little work to prepare this area. So this little spot is where Nook's Cranny is going to go. Here we'll have a little area for shopping trolleys, and then over here is going to be a little gas station built. So that is the plan for today. And our first step is going to be to grab Nook's Cranny so that we can move it to the spot we've chosen. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, I've also done a little work in front of my resident services here. Nothing too crazy. There's still more to come in this area. We might get to that at the end of the video. We'll see how we go. Alright, Mr. Nook. I'm here to talk to you about layout changes. We want to move the shop. I do want to suggest moving it. Alright, I've got the moving kit, so let's go ahead and place it. Now, is this going to go where I want it to? Excellent. Let me imagine it. I think it's probably going to... Yeah, we're going to lose that tree, aren't we? Yep, that's okay. We'll fix that later. It is a good spot. We did it! Alright, now that that's settled, we better time travel to tomorrow so that we can get the shop in place and then start decorating around it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. Ooh, and Nook's Cranny is right here. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I think I might have to set the dream address in October so that we get the spooky decorations. But anyway, before we get into decorating, Isabel reminded me that it's Kiki's birthday today, so we're gonna have to go and give her a gift. So I will go and do that, and then we'll start building. Hey Kiki! Happy birthday! Oh, I did bring you a gift. There you go. You're welcome, Kiki. Alright, I gotta bounce. Got a lot of work to do. Aw, she's the cutest. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get straight into building. Okay, so first up I'm just starting with the little shopping cart area next to Nook's Cranny. Just placing down the safety railing items to fence in this area for the shopping trolleys to go. And, you know, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly where I wanted this shopping cart area to be. A lot of pulling items one way and then the other, you know. It's always surprising which areas, like, give you the most trouble. But also, I'm just an overthinking perfectionist who can never be satisfied with where I put an item the first time, so that's a me problem. But this took even longer than you might think because I didn't even have the safety railing, like enough of the safety railing in the silver colorway, so I had to make several trips to Harv's Island to customize the safety railing items to be the right colors, which editing me really enjoyed watching. Heavy sarcasm there. But while I'm just going ahead and finishing off this area and, you know, overthinking my cart placement, how was everyone's Halloweens? Mine was pretty good. It was pretty uneventful. Did get some trick-or-treaters, which was nice. But we didn't get as many as I was expecting, and I have the problem every year of either overbuying candy or underbuying candy, and this year was an overbuying candy year. Which meant that we had extra candy that my partner and I had to then eat ourselves, which, I mean, it's not the worst problem in the world to have, but did feel slightly sick at the end of the night. But yes, other than that, we pretty much just watched a movie, We tried to find like a scary movie to watch, and we ended up with, I think it was a Dutch film, which neither of us had ever heard of before, which was pretty good. I don't remember what it was called, unfortunately. But yeah, it was cool. And then ever since then, so I'm not really a big fan of the horror genre, or I haven't been historically. I get scared, you know? I get scared by things, or at least I used to. But my partner enjoys horror, and I've been trying to kind of get used to it. So we started watching the Conjuring movies, and we've been watching those. We've watched quite a few of them now. I think we're watching them in release date order, and the last one we watched was The Nun, so we still have some more to go. I didn't find them that scary. I mean, the first Conjuring movie is a bit scary. It's creepy, and I like that. Like, that one was probably my favorite for sure. But The Nun was just kind of silly, to be honest. I don't find it that scary. I really prefer, like, sort of creepier movies than just, like, a bunch of jump scares, and, like, I prefer when there's a bit more mystery around it. Like, for example, I think it was last Christmas. Around that time, my partner showed me The Haunting of Hill House, which is on Netflix, and I loved that series. Like, I find that scarier, creepier than any of the Conjuring films, and it really, like, it made me think, you know? I mean, obviously it has the advantage of being a series rather than just a movie, so it has more time, and you don't necessarily watch it all in one sitting. We didn't. So you're thinking about it, you know, when you're not watching it. But yeah, I just liked that one a lot more, and I really enjoyed the sequel series, Haunting of Bly Manor, as well. So now my partner and I have started The Fall of the House of Usher, because that's the same creator. So we've only watched the first couple episodes of that, but enjoying it so far. But anyway, back to what I'm actually doing on the screen here. I'm sorting out this sort of area where I guess behind where the gas station is going to be. Just putting down some of the sidewalk code that I have, and again, all the codes used in this video will be in the description. And I was really enjoying putting these trees down and then fencing them in with the spooky fencing. I've seen other creators do this, and I just think it looks really nice. So I've done that at Resident Services as well, which you'll see in a bit. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. And I was doing that again there, and then here I'm just kind of filling in this little area with some trees, and I think I'm going to put in some bushes next. Yep, some bushes. I mean, this is basically just a little filler area behind Nook's Cranny, so, you know, doesn't need to be much. I also just chucked in a stone fence there to kind of fill in that gap. And I'm kind of all over the place in this build, to be honest. I jump around a lot. Like, I was getting frustrated with Nook's Cranny before, while I was talking about horror movies. So I just jumped back to this area, now I'm putting in fencing and starting on the gas station. Really all over the place. And you'll see here I fiddle with the placement of these gas pumps quite a bit because I wanted to fit in the cars, and as, you know, often happens, vastly underestimated the amount of space I would need to do so. But we'll get to that. Here I'm still thinking somehow that this arrangement is gonna work. Like, there's no way a car is gonna fit in there, girl. You know, get it together. But anyway. I mean, that gap is tiny. But yeah, this was kind of the vision I had for this area, is there'd be this cute little gas station right next to Nook's. I was originally thinking I'd kind of do like maybe a fake building right behind Nook's, and here's me realizing it's not going to fit in that sort of area where I was just putting the pathing that would act as the gas station. But as I got into decorating, I felt like it just wasn't going to work. Like, you wouldn't see the building properly, and there was other stuff I wanted to put back there. So we'll just assume that Nook's is it's a supermarket / gas station. You pay for your gas in there. Or you can pay at the pump, probably. And again, here I am realizing that I have made this whole gas station area a bit too narrow, because if I can ever find the car, It's literally the last one I looked for. Because you can see the cars are literally not even in different lanes there, so... Oh yep, turning them around so the pump's facing the right way. And yeah, I realized I needed to move the whole gas station over one space in order to make it look like 2 cars could actually fit in that area. So just going ahead and putting down the pathing to make that happen and move everything over one tile, which is again why another fake building was really not going to fit back there. And why I had so much trouble with the front of Nook's Cranny, and there was so much back and forth that I ended up going through on where items were going to be and how I was going to place them. Oh, I really love this road code. Love those autumn leaves, and here I'm just putting in some of the other middle pieces I have. There's a nice little cracked piece and some more leaves. And now the car should fit just fine. There we go. That looks much better. Here I am, again fiddling with these items because I had to move the ABD in order to move over the gas station area. So trying to see how everything is going to fit once more. And deciding that I was going to move this over too to make this more of a 2-lane entry-exit into the gas station. A lot of back and forth. I don't do these builds before filming. I plan them a little, but I don't do a practice run, if that makes sense. I think some creators do. I don't. I'm too lazy. I just futz around and figure it out and then have to wade through way too much footage when I'm editing. So really, I make it harder for myself later. But when I'm doing the building, it's easier. I think the main reason is that I'm so, particular. If I build something that I like, I don't want to take it down and redo it because I'm worried that it's not going to be exactly the same the next time. So I don't even do that. I don't build and then take it down because I'm always going to overthink, is that exactly where I had it? Or, have I built it correctly? And I know I could take photos, but it's still just, I feel I would overthink it. I would worry that it wasn't in the exact right place where I had it originally. Does anyone else have that problem, or is it just my particular brand of anxiety and perfectionism? But here I'm fiddling with the outside of Nook's again. I thought it would be really cute to add one of these paper bags, and I've customized it with a cute Halloween design, which again, code will be in the description. And threw down some scattered papers as well, and then we gotta add those leaf piles also. Leaf piles are just a staple. Oh, look at Tasha sitting there. For a while I thought this evergreen ash was gonna be part of the build. It doesn't stay, but it's there for now. Yeah, I ended up kind of turning the area behind the gas station into sort of just a little, resting spot with some vending machines. And here I've just popped a bike in to fill this gap here. Someone's parked their bike kind of in the road, but whatever. And something was missing behind Nook's, so when in doubt, add hedges. That's kind of become my philosophy with this island. Really love the hedge item. And that's the end of the evergreen ash. And the reason why I didn't add this other vending machine initially is because I didn't have it. Also not pictured is the number of days I skipped because I kept ordering things that I didn't have and then having to time travel to get the item. Yeah, editing me enjoyed that immensely as well. But here I am just back on the other side of the build again, working on fencing once again and immediately changing my mind. I think just changing my mind about the ends there. Yeah, just not capping them off like that because I'm continuing the hedging. It's so awkward building around the beach when you're doing a structured island like this with roads and stuff because, the land curves in ways that you can't make your roads and fences curve, which is a bit annoying, but you kind of just have to, I kind of just had to work with what I had. So it's a little awkward, but I don't really care that much. And here I'm just using the hedges to kind of frame this little entryway into the beach, which I have not done any building on the beach yet, but this, I'm not really sure. This might become the campsite area, or maybe a little, Boardwalk? I don't really know. I haven't decided. I really haven't decided what I'm doing with the beaches, even now. So we'll just have to wait and see. But the campsite will be somewhere on the beaches and probably on this side. So it will probably be somewhere around here. And I do think I am going to leave it as a campsite. I've seen some people, you know, not amiibo in a villager and then just use the campsite without the tent as like a stage for a fall concert, which I think is cool too, but I'm probably going to have a campsite, I think. And then I kind of finished up with that area, so I've moved over to this little section by resident services that needed filling in and just started putting in some more of the sidewalk code. My idea was to repurpose the evergreen ash that I had not been able to use in my gas station build, so I'm just gonna pop it down right here. And of course, you know, fiddle with the placement. And you can see Tasha and Deirdre talking in the background, and then I was running past and they're having a full-on fight. Like, Deirdre is mad, and I think Tasha was mad a second ago, but now she's over it, so I don't know what happened. I have no idea what Tasha said, but Deirdre was stomping around in a huff for a while, so yeah, I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I'm just planting some trees here to sort of fill in this area. I don't fill it in all the way back to the cliff at this stage. I pretty much don't go beyond that last tree I planted. It's all filled in now, of course, just fillers, trees, flowers, bushes, weeds, etc. Here I'm just planting some bushes between these trees, which you don't even really see, but, you know, just fills in the tile and makes me feel like it's finished. And street lamp time. Now I'm just chucking down a lot of stuff in this little area, so we've got our street lamps with banners. I love those autumn wreath code that I'm using on those. And of course we've got to put a matching one down on the other side. Looking good. And I decided to put another street lamp lining sort of the side of resident services, and so here I'm just preparing to do the same on the other side, and we're throwing down some garden benches in this area because garden benches are a staple of this section of the island. They look so good on, you know, town core islands. I just really like them. And here I'm just moving this bench so that I can go ahead and stick a steel trash can in this gap back here. Oop, too far. There we go. I mean, you can't really get to it, but it's fine. And here's the street lamp. And of course we have to have our Halloween decorations, because it is supposed to be Halloween night on this section of the island, so spooky decorations abound. I was really going for quite a lot of symmetry on this build. Symmetry is something that I kind of avoided on my last island, but I feel like there's definitely a place for it in more structured islands. I think it looks quite nice. Not all parts of this island are symmetrical. You may have noticed though that there was a missing rubbish bin on this side. That's probably because I don't have it yet. It's one of the things that I again had to order and then skip ahead a day. But it will be added later. Yep, I'm doing it now. And here it is, the steel trash can to match. So yes, this whole little plaza area is perfectly symmetrical, and I think it looks really good. And we're just still fiddling with shopping trolleys. Gotta add a leaf pile. And then to balance it out, I dropped a candy. Final look. Okay, I've time traveled forward a few hours, so it's nighttime now, and let's go ahead and take a look at what we did today. So if we just go to the right from my entrance, you can see the area in front and to the left of resident services that we went ahead and filled in. Ooh, I think it's looking really nice. The area over here to the right we will do in a future video, because I'm intending to put Able Sisters over that way. But yes, this is the area in front and to the left, which fills in that gap next to the houses. And then if we go down here, Oh, hello, Robin. We've got Nook's Cranny. So we've got the trolleys there, all the pumpkins outside. Little entryway to the beach. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do on the beach here. Possibly some kind of fair or maybe the campsite, but we'll get to that. And then here we've got the gas station. It's a bit sad that the ones facing the other way don't light up at night, but I enjoy the realism of having the pumps at least facing in the right direction, so we'll leave them that way. And we'll just go back around this way quickly so that we can see the area kind of behind the gas station here. Just a little seating area with some vending machines. Scattered papers peeking out here. And yeah. And that's gonna be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in continuing to follow along this journey with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!